Hello. Welcome to this soothing beginning, middle, or end of your day.
Do you hear the waves crashing in the background? Do you hear the soft creak of a door?
Do you hear footsteps coming up the stairs?
Is your door locked?
Do you see the knife? Do you see it in the moonlight?
Look harder. The sound of a knife.
And you turn on the lights and you find your mother is there and she's cutting you a big slice of birthday cake. Happy birthday,
Happy
son.
birthday.
Happy
We love you
birthday.
so much.
We're so proud of you.
Surprise.
Surprise.
And your mother takes out a D20
And she
says-
murders you.
and says, "Let's play D&D." Hi there, I'm Kat. I am your DM.
It's me, Noelle, and I play Fran, a Genasi wizard.
Hi, I'm Caitlin, and I play Corbin, a human druid.
Hi, I'm Sophia, and I play the sound of waves hitting the sand.
Level 6.
Level 6.
Alright, so last time on Dames and Dragons, it was anything but calm. In fact, I would say it's the opposite of that. It was a very stressful time for everybody involved.
Yeah.
After being caught red-handed, because you're red, Leica is red. After being caught red-handed, attempting to unlock the door to Torva's study, Leica was captured by Torvaic troops and subjected to torture and questioning at the hands of Commander Silvius. Meanwhile, Fran and Maeri impersonated privates, cleaning staff? I'm not quite sure. They impersonated private cleaning staff to attempt to ascertain the location of the keys. You did manage to follow Commander Branca, the keeper of the keys, back to the study, where he paused for a fatal moment, which gave Corbin, who had been hiding in the form of an ant, enough time to transform into a human and knock him the fuck out. You all got back together. Well, Fran, Maeri, and Corbin got back together and devised a plan in which Maeri caused everybody in the base to go blind while you all rescued Leica. You headed on downstairs to level 2 of Torva's Jaw, encountered first Falen the Betrayer, coming back from some sort of mission, and also the Artificer, who catalogs Torva's vault.
I did not know that that's why they were called Artie. I just remembered him as Friendly Robot Iroh.
Yes, Friendly Robot Iroh. So Friendly Robot Iroh gave you some information and the Goddess's Journal. So you guys have just come out of one of the doors on the right hallway. There are 2 more doors in this hall. There's a hall going to the left, and then there are the 2 doors at the back of the room. The gallery room.
Is there any, map or pictograph in this guide that we got? Is it just, a list of items?
Yeah, it looks like it's just an inventory list.
Okay. I figured that, but I just thought I would check in case you were
Oh.
please look at the map that I gave you.
Hold up, though. We've
Huh.
got that compass. We could search for one of the items
vault,
on the list.
I guess, Torva's vault.
Or just look for one of the items that are listed
on
as...
our list. Yeah. Oh, good idea. Okay. Yeah, so I open up the book and look.
Do you just pick a random item out of there?
I mean, is there any kind of indication where they're kept in the list?
What you see is there is a list of, in the left column, there is the names of items. In the right column, there is a 4-digit
code with 3 letters after it that appear to be the first 3 letters of the item name.
Okay.
Like a library.
Do I get any sense of what that could mean?
You get a sense that if you were looking at the vault, you would have a easier time figuring out how to navigate it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So then I'll just choose an item at random to ask the compass about.
So you choose Sword of Smiting.
Mm-hmm.
And you say the name, and the compass needle just spins.
Oh.
So we're probably on top of it, so...
Well, if I turn the compass on the side, does it do anything?
No, it's just spinning.
Must be a spelled vault. Like, we
Yeah,
can't
probably.
find it.
You can't use.
Well,
something
but
like
Should
that.
we go down the hallway by the 2 doors then?
Yeah, you want to check the other 2 doors?
Yeah, I think we better, like, listen in first.
Mhm.
At both doors, you listen, you don't hear anything. The only thing you hear in this hallway is Artie's heavy footsteps.
Okay. Is Artie following us?
No, Artie's just hanging out in their room.
Oh, okay. Cool,
But
cool.
they're a big, heavy metal golem, so
Alright.
those footsteps resonate.
Yeah.
All right, so the first bedroom on the right, you open the door and it is empty. It is tastefully decorated in dark purple and black, but it doesn't look like it's been used recently. Do you guys want to search it?
Yes.
Okay, roll investigation.
Ew.
I got over 20.
13.
Low.
Fran, your stellar investigation skills.
I take out my magnifying glass.
Yeah. You start looking through the drawers in the desk, there's nothing. You look in the bedside table, there's nothing. In the wardrobe, there is nothing, except there's a scrap of paper tucked into the back of the wardrobe, like in the seam where the bottom of the floor of the wardrobe meets the back wall of it. On this piece of paper, there is a crudely drawn map, and on the other side, it looks like this was a page torn from a book. The text on this page is talking about the Sword of Belius.
Oh, okay. Does it tell us anything in particular that we don't already know?
No, it just looks like it's an analysis of how it was tossed off of the floating island is what it refers to it as, and that its location is unknown. And on the other side of it, there is a crudely drawn map.
Okay,
So that's where
does
it
the
is.
map look like the place we're in?
No. I mean, you can't tell much
Mm-hmm.
because it's really just the vague suggestion of some landmarks, but it looks like it's somewhere out in the world.
Cool.
This is a tool that'll help us later.
Aha!
Ha-ha!
All right. I gained the will to live. Let's go.
All right, and then the next bedroom that you check, this one looks a little more lived in. These walls are all covered in red and gold filigreed wallpaper, and there are several beautiful dresses laid out on the bed. There's a vanity that is overflowing with perfumes and makeup, and a jewelry box with earrings and bracelets and rings all spilling out of it. There are cut flowers in a vase on the bedside table that appear to be fresh.
Suspicious.
But there's nothing really of interest in here besides that.
Let's take the jewelry.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you guys. I didn't come up with a value for the jewelry. Oh, damn
Got
it.
you.
All right. That is it for the west hallway.
There's nothing else in that room.
Nope, it just looks like this is somebody's bedroom.
Probably Cecilia.
You have no idea. Do you guys want to return to the main hall? Look around there? Do you want to go to the east wing? Or try the doors in the back?
Oh, so let's try the doors in the back. That's where I thought we were going originally.
The only thing is that, like, the 2 main doors in the hall seem like they'll probably lead to, like, the next big thing. So, should we check out the side stuff first, or just go?
Okay. So
Oh,
should
wait,
we-
no, because that's where Phelan is.
Yeah, that's why I think
Yeah.
we should skip
Well, he's
that. Unless-
Although we
asleep.
we don't really have a reason to try to go.
Well,
talk to
Fran
Phelan.
does.
Let's go, you guys. Let's just go, like, find Phelan's room and then slip a note under his door that says "Fran thinks you're cute," and then leave and not do anything else.
And then leave. Just leave the compound.
We're just
go.
Screw it. We're just gonna go. Vioni can suck it. Goodbye.
How about this? I think we go to, like, the beginning of that hallway and we look to make sure, like, his door isn't open.
Okay. Yeah, it's closed. All the doors in that hallway are closed.
How many doors are there?
There are 2.
50-50 chance.
You think it's worth it? I don't think it's worth it.
So you go back to the gallery, the main hallway?
Yeah.
All right, roll investigation.
I got 12.
17.
I also got 12.
All right, that'll do. So all of you split up and you're looking around at these gruesome artworks. And Leica, you find something tucked away in the center of the room, but, sort of wedged between two other paintings. There's a smaller painting, maybe 5 by 11 inches. It is a painting of a black-haired young woman seated on a throne that looks very familiar to you. Torva is kneeling before her, kissing her hand. She has her chin inclined and is looking down at him, but has her free hand cradling his face.
Are you suffering from high-quality podcasts? You see, quality podcasts stimulate parts of your brain, leading to an irksome condition called thinking. But suffer no more, my friend. Introducing Discount Storytime's blend of fictional nonsense and rancid gibberish to provide soothing relief. Try Discount Storytime today. Available on most podcast catchers and at discountstorytime.com.
Consult your healthcare provider before listening to Discount Storytime. Not intended to treat unicyclitis, pickleball liver, or jittering expectations.
So is this the goddess's throne? Is that why it looks familiar to us?
Yes.
Can we look behind the painting?
Yeah. No, there's nothing. It's just a wall.
Okay. I've watched a lot of mystery Scooby-Doo things.
I also just want you guys to make a quick religion check.
Okay. I got 17.
I got 9.
I got 11.
Okay. Like, you know what this painting on the far wall is about, of the burning mountain. That is how Rael is depicted, the force of war. There's a very long metaphor of how the forces are depicted, and the main thing is the Green Mountain. The Green Mountain is Talia, on which everything else rests. Rael, then, is the wildfire, which burns down the mountain. So, the painting of Rael, and then the altar underneath it, where you see there is an axe, a shield, and sword. From what you've been learning here on the world below, you know that the sword, Belius, he's dead, he's gone, he's somewhere. Mm-hmm. The sword is currently missing from the pantheon of Rael.
Can we investigate those weapons?
Yeah, you look at them, they're not magical, they're just iron weapons.
Okay. Well, let's listen and then peek through the two doors in the back.
Which one do you want to start with?
Left first.
Left first? You hear animal noises.
Animal noises? Okay, let's listen to the other one.
You hear, there's nothing at the other side.
What kind of animal noises?
It's animals. Sounds like some barking, maybe? Some roaring?
Dogs.
You guys, it's not going to be like a friendly puppy room.
This is Torva's puppy room. This is where Torva goes to play with some puppies.
Everybody needs to relax sometimes.
All right, let's go in the room. We heard nothing. Yeah, let's peek in there.
All right.
Quiet style.
This room is full of lush green plants. Paths wind around the room in meandering patterns, and sunlight filters in from above, despite the fact that there are no windows above you. It is intensely hot and humid inside.
What is Torva's deal? Okay.
This must be his greenhouse. Maybe the other room is livestock?
Or a zoo?
Or his puppy room.
Are there any doors in this room?
Yes. I'm assuming you guys step in afterwards. Do you guys walk into this room once you see that there's no one in there?
Yes.
Yep. There is an archway to your left, which leads into what looks like a zoo.
Fucking, what the fuck? Okay. What the fuck? This is no longer logical like I thought it was. Maybe this is like Torva's like arc? Like he's gonna destroy the world and
I was thinking
all
that
this
too,
stuff.
actually.
So do you guys want to look around in the room that this leads to?
like let's like investigate around.
Okay.
And if there's some loose animals, let's not talk to them.
So you walk into the next room over, into this menagerie. And at first, you think it's animals, and the smell hits you immediately, and it's very animal. Like sweat and shit. It is not super pleasant, but it's an indoor zoo, so what do you expect? And Corbin, you're excited. It's a zoo. There are animals.
Mm-hmm.
Except not. They just don't feel like animals to you. And when you look at them closer, you realize they're not animals. They're monsters.
That's even cooler. But dangerous.
What kind of monsters?
All right, so there's about a dozen enclosures in here. And there's a variety of very scary looking things. On the far wall, there is a huge aquarium with monsters that you recognize. Fran, you recognize it instantly as that monster you saw in Fang Lake, the dead one. There is a glass dome in the center of the room with will-o-wisps that float around in it. A cage with 3 skeletal hounds wreathed in black and purple fire. What looks just like a pile of silver scales, but then it moves and uncoils, and it's a long serpent.
Oh my god.
Skims across an icy surface inside of its cage.
I need all of these animals.
There is a pool that's full of... At first you think it's just a black liquid, but then you see it ooze its way up the wall and then plop back down. In another cage, there is what looks maybe like, to us we would say it's a pterodactyl. There is also one domed cage with 3 serpentine creatures in it, with poison dripping from their fangs. Full perception.
Before we even do that, I step in front of the goddess, though, and I'm moving her back away from this, because I'm like,
That's fair.
I got 23.
10. I got 20.
Okay, Corbin, you're the one who notices this. There's another enclosure in here, and it's empty.
Does it look like something broke out, or it's just empty?
The door is not open, but it does not look like... It looks like something was in there very recently.
Okay.
Maybe it's feeding time.
Maybe this is where Falen lives.
There isn't any way we could just easily get some construct poison, is there?
Do you want to stick your hand into that cage?
No.
Then no.
All right. So, do either of you have any advantages with tracking or some such?
I have 4 in animal handling.
I mean, we can just do it as a investigation check.
I got 23.
Okay. You're looking at this cage, and you find there's an icy mist, and you are able to follow that into the conservatory.
And does it continue?
Yeah, it continues into the conservatory along the paths and then deeper into the greenery. Do you want to follow it into that greenery?
I mean, I don't want to find it, but I don't want it to find us either.
I would say this is something we don't want to find.
Was there food that this creature ate in its enclosure?
There's looks like there's a half-finished carcass in there.
Okay, can we, make a trail back to its cage?
What, of carcass pieces?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's do that.
All right.
And then let's, hide behind the door with it cracked open.
Let's see. I'm gonna have you all make stealth checks.
Okay.
Oh, I got a 1.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's...
I hate this stupid game.
I got a 14.
Okay.
I got a 12.
Oh, and yeah, the goddess got a 9. None of you stealthed well. You're all just sort of stacked Three Stooges style again in the door, but it's open quite a ways.
Okay.
And you see this thing come out of the foliage, and it just sort of, it apparates out of a mist from the greenery. And what you see in front of you is, it looks like a lynx, but blue. And it is following this trail of meat that you've made for it. And it's grabbing pieces in its mouth, tearing them up a little bit, and then moving along. And then it stops, and it puts its head up and sniffs once, and then again.
Let's close the door.
And then it looks directly at you, and it charges.
Close the door.
You hear the door splinters as this thing hits it, and its big, sharp claws come through that door. That makes a big-ass noise.
So, I make an illusion of, a little animal on the other side of it, and it makes noise, and it goes, rah, 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 and it runs away.
All right. You don't hear the lynx slam against the door again.
Okay. It goes towards the meat.
Okay. But you're on the other side of the door. You can't see.
Aren't there little holes?
Yeah, you
Clawed through.
You peek through the little holes, and you see that it is trying to chase after this little animal. Remind me, if the creature interacts with the illusion, does it disappear?
Yes, it does. But does it like that meat, though?
It pounces on your illusion, and the illusion disappears, and it makes a...
Well, that's what happens.
It sniffs at the meat again. And just as that's happening, you hear another door slam open.
All right, it's probably Falen.
And you're damn right. Stop stepping on my goddamn storytelling.
We know when it's Falen, we can sense him coming.
You can sense his hotness coming. Falen comes out of the other hallway. And he stops. And he stares at the three of you. And then he looks at the door.
You let your cat out.
Fran thinks you're hot.
God's damned. He runs past you guys and opens the door and then slams it shut behind him.
Is he gonna go put the cat away? Phelan, who are you?
I love
Phelan's shit.
his priorities are to put the cat away before dealing with the intruders that want to kill him and his father.
I peeked through the hole. What's he doing in there?
He has got the big cat under one, like in a headlock under one arm, and he takes a dart. It sort of just appears out of nowhere in his hand, and he presses the dart into the animal's neck, and it goes limp.
So, should we use this opportunity to go search the 2 rooms while he's doing that?
Just run away.
I feel like maybe we should. It's so funny. He's like, oh my god, my cat.
I can't believe he went after the cat.
All right, well, let's go search his room.
Yeah.
I love it. Let's do it.
Okay. When he comes back and finds us inevitably again, we have to be like, it was all a ruse to get into your room.
All right, you set the cat free. We did it.
All right, so you guys head down the hallway that he came from. And let's see. First door you open, immediately you can tell this is not the room of a teenage boy. This room is ornately decorated in gold and silver with plush furniture upholstered in pastel pinks and purples, and swaths of pastel silk draped from the ceiling over a canopy bed.
We don't know him. This could be his room.
That's true.
There's a table with a mirror and a scattering of makeup and perfumes and a very comfy-looking bed with stuffed animals on it.
I stand by what I said.
All of the stuffed animals are very cute renditions of the different monsters that are in the menagerie. You can see on the other side of the room there's a wardrobe that is open and it is full of frilly dresses, lacy trousers, and blouses made of silk.
How big are they?
Small.
It's a kid's room.
The next room, as for I assume you guys just look in there and go, nope.
Only when I see that the dresses are too small for him to wear.
Yeah.
So the next room is very clearly the room of a teenage boy. It is disgusting. There are clothes and weapons all over the floor and on the chairs and on the bed. There's a cabinet in the corner where you can see that there's something glowing that is leaking from the cabinet and onto the floor. There are 2 training dummies in here, one of which has been beheaded and has its head cradled under one arm, and the other which has a pair of dark-tinted glasses on its expressionless face.
Okay, good.
All right, well, do we see anything good in here?
Is there anything valuable?
Investigate.
23.
I got 16.
21.
All right, well, Fran got the highest, so she gets to find things.
Spoils.
You find a journal that looks like it is his diary.
Mm-hmm. Right in the bag of holding.
Does it have anything about Fran in there?
I mean, do you take the time to read it?
I'm saving it for later.
And you also, when you open up the cupboard in the back, you can see that it is full of different poisons. One of which has spilled and is leaking onto the floor.
I'm not going to touch the one that's spilled.
Mm-hmm. But do you want to look and see?
I'm going to take the rest of them.
You're just going to take it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Do we see Kostra in there, though?
I mean, if you don't take the time to read the labels, then
I'm
no.
going to take the time.
So, as you are taking the time to read all of these labels, the door swings open. I didn't attack you. That was a kindness, and now you're in my room? This is my room. This is like the one place that I have.
Do I see on the shelf? Do I see the poison, though?
You did not see it before you were interrupted.
I'll roll now. I want to look.
You don't have to roll.
Okay.
It's just you reading. Of the poisons you had taken so far, you had not seen it.
Okay.
Falen shuts the door behind him quickly. You guys shouldn't be here. Why are you here? Actually, how did you get here?
Magic.
We had a master plan and it all went perfectly.
I let you live at the library, and I wasn't supposed to. I want you to know that.
Didn't we let him go? Yeah, we let you live at the library, buddy.
Yeah, because I ran.
Yeah, because you ran.
Like a coward.
He sighs, and he walks over to you guys and shuts the cabinet of poisons. Look, I don't want to hurt you guys. I would like to turn around and pretend I didn't see you.
Cool. Tight.
Where's the vault?
Yeah, do you know where the Vessel of Vioni is?
Phelan. Come on. You're the god of rebellion.
Phelan.
Rebel! Look, you're a team just like us. You probably listen to some really good music.
Have you heard of Falork Boy?
No. What? Look, if my father finds out that you are here, I am not just dead. I am obliterated.
Then he better not find out.
Why don't you help us? You can distract him.
He's not here. Why do you think he's here?
We saw him.
When?
A couple hours ago.
He's at the forward camp. He's not here. Gods! He punches one of the trading dummies.
Oh. Lego punches something else in the room. To build camaraderie, like when you mirror someone's movements so they know you're one of them.
What do you punch? What object in his room do you destroy?
You need to know. I punched the one with sunglasses.
Do you punch the sunglasses off his face?
Onto my face.
Roll an acrobatics check?
I think the sunglasses need to roll the acrobatics check.
You punch the sunglasses off and they break.
Oh no.
He looks at you. I liked those.
I'm so sorry.
Can we just let's take a second. Let's take a second here. Hi, I'm Falen. I am the Betrayer. Who are you? Can you introduce yourselves to me?
This is Fran.
I'm Bran.
She thinks you're hot.
No.
She thinks you're hot.
I think everyone's hot.
That's not true.
Leica, you look really hot.
Don't even try it.
Faker.
I look at Corbin, but I can't even begin to speak.
Are you single?
Can you guys just tell me your names? I know her. She's Kai, or not Kai.
Her name is Maeri.
Maeri. Okay. Maeri, you will die if you don't get out of here.
Don't scare her.
Yeah, that's mean. What does Maeri say?
Maeri is just in shock. She looks at the three of you and then signs to Falen. How do you know who I am? Or how do you know who I'm not? Falen, he seems a bit taken aback by this. 'Cause you're my sister?
Oh, God.
No.
Oh, my God. How does a goddess react?
She doesn't say anything. She's taken aback by this.
It's one crazy family.
Yeah, you don't live in it.
I put out my hand and I say, I'm Fran. Leica says, I'm John Smith.
The goddess signs, that's Leica.
Leica's sad that the goddess betrayed her and blew her cover, and she looks at the betrayer and is like, he probably liked that. Yeah, runs in the family.
Yeah, it's a betrayal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Corbin. I'm a bird.
I'm pretty sure you...
Falen, don't say anything.
Don't say it.
Okay.
Let it go.
Look, nice to meet you, Fran, Corbin, Leica, Maeri. Sorry for burning down that section of the library, but I can only have a teenage rebellion so much. How can I get you to leave?
The Vessel of Vioni.
What? What is that?
It's like a body that can like change.
You mean the face changer?
Yes.
Oh God. Okay. Semantics.
Yeah, it's down in the vaults. You're not getting down there.
We need to get down there.
Why? Can't you just leave?
Because we need a cloak to protect the goddess so your dad can't find her.
Oh my God.
Listen.
Falen, just help us. Come on, buddy.
Come on.
Come on.
I don't want to die. Just gonna put that out there first. I don't want to die.
We have a lot in common.
Great. So you realize that you being here and me helping you is going to result in not only me dying, but probably all of you as well, right?
Don't you have any feelings about what your dad has done?
Yes, I have a lot of feelings.
So why are you here?
Because he's terrifying.
Well, get over it. We have.
You're a bad rebel.
Yeah, he killed our whole island. Like, our whole world is gone.
You're gonna die either way, asshole.
I know that.
All right. You're with the man, you conformist.
Did you guys see that the gallery of atrocities that you walked through? Those are things that he has done without blinking an eye.
You have 2 Costras in there, and a room full of poisons, and direct access to this dude. What are you doing? You're sitting on an arsenal.
I'm sitting on an arsenal that I am bound to not use. You think that I just have free reign to do whatever I want? I am not his child. I'm his weapon. We all are.
Not Maeri. She's like rebelling at like hell.
Yeah, Mary's crazy.
Mary's a way better god of betrayal than you ever could be.
Maeri, what are you the god of? Maeri, stop. She looks at the 3 of you and then shrugs. That's right. You're not a god of anything. And you can't be a god unless you represent something.
She represents everything that is good about this world.
That's not how it works. Look.
It's a long name. I get it.
I want to help you. I do. I don't want to watch him destroy this world, but he rolls up the sleeve of his shirt and he shows you guys a tattoo. It looks really familiar to you guys, and you can't quite place it. Make intelligence checks.
10. 25.
Noelle got more than me.
Okay. So, Fran, you recognize this. You recognize a part of it anyway. It is similar to the designs that were painted on the goddess in Estra. It says, do you see this? This is a binding. I'm bound to Torva. I can't act directly against him.
Can you remove it?
I can remove my arm.
Well...
Yeah, coward, just chop off your arm.
He gives you guys just a look.
Think of your options. You get to help a guy continue to commit genocide, or you cut off your arm.
What if you just, like, flayed that little bit of skin?
Yeah, just cut off that skin.
How can I get you to leave?
You can't. We're here for Vioni, and then we leave.
Fine. All right, you want to go down to the vault? You want to die down there? Fine. It's not on me.
And we would also love some castor poison.
He does not respond to you. He just walks out of the room.
Is he going to lead us to the vault?
I don't know. He's just walking out of the room. He's storming out in a huff.
I grab the rest of the poisons.
And then we follow him.
All right. So you follow him back to the menagerie. You see that the blue lynx is back in its cage now. And it's pacing around. It looks pretty pissed off. Falen walks right past it, and he walks to the cage with the castras in it. Hey, buds, he says. Yeah, it's me. Just don't. One of them comes to get close to him and put its face up against the bars, and he shoves its face away, and he reaches into the cage.
Is that your snake talking voice?
He turns a knob inside the cage, and it rumbles and slides back, revealing a stairway down. Just go.
All right. Okay.
What'd you just roll?
Just something. Just a private roll.
Did you roll?
It's just a private roll.
You roll to fall in love?
Tell me about your private roll.
I'll keep my roll private.
Gollum, calm down.
Please. All right. I am going to go to the forward camp where my father is, and I'm going to cover for you until you can get out or rot.
How do we avoid that second one?
I don't know. I haven't been down there. What I do know is that any intruder who has gotten that far has never come back up.
Phelan, do you think we have time to rest before we go down to the dungeon?
Can you stall your dad for like a solid 8 hours?
I would love it now.
So before you guys head down, Maeri pauses and signs, "Why are you helping us?" And Phelan looks off to the side. In the past few months, all that he's talked about is how you're our sister and we need to bring you home. But I won't curse anyone else to this home. So just try and make it out alive. You guys are on your own. I'm done with it. And then there's that shimmer in the air again, and he steps backwards and is gone.
It's me, Noelle. I'm just here to soothe you, calm you, make you feel like a calm, soothed baby child. I hope you'll make me feel the same way. Some of the people who have made me feel like a calm, soothed baby child are our new donors on Patreon. Saslin, Dylan, Josh and Leah, Casey and Jay. You've wrapped me up like a little baby burrito in your money and love. Thank you so much. We couldn't do what we're doing without you. I also want to thank our iTunes reviewers and just remind any of you who haven't left an iTunes review that it's a huge traffic booster for us. So if you even just leave a rating and no review, that would be awesome. And it's especially something that we're grateful for now that the podcast app is insane. So if you can like figure out how to do it, like, thank God for you. You have done what many have failed. Our new iTunes reviewers this week have been the beautiful R. Killian19, the wonderful Taryn Fay, the magnificent Haroldson, the noble Neckbone the Noble, the careful EVG.Bones, the punctual Not Another Nathan, the terrific Ace 3951, and the most important reviewer of all, Ol' Stank Butt. Thank you so much. You have done it. So, I don't know if y'all know, but we're winding down on this arc, my friends. Next episode is the last one of Arc 2. So there'll be more updates about that in next week's interlude, so stay tuned for that. Also, speaking of things that will make you feel calm and protected and worthwhile, at peace, truly, one with God and nature, I have a couple podcasts to tell you about. The first one is Tabletop Babble.
I'm James Introcasso, and I love tabletop role-playing games. I've got a new podcast called Tabletop Babble that talks RPG advice, interviews, reviews, and news with some of the top names in the industry. The conversation is casual, just like it would be if we were hanging out at a convention or local-friendly game store. Get a new episode each week at don'tsplitthepodcastnetwork.com or wherever podcasts are available for free.
We actually were just interviewed by Tabletop Babble, so if you would like to listen to that, you should subscribe to the Tabletop Babble RSS feed and await with bated breath. The other wonderful podcast that I have to talk to you about is Game O'Clock.
Hey everybody, it's Rudy Basso, the co-owner of Don't Split the Podcast Network. I would like to encourage you, lovely listener, to head on over to our website and give a listen to my show that I host with my brother called Game O'Clock. It is a video game retrospective, introspective, other spectives, all about the kind of games that we love. And to be honest, we love just about every game out there. Game O'Clock released every Thursday. It's fun, it's short, and hey, you'll probably learn something about video games.
That's right, you guys. Check it out. So last of all, we do need to send a message to the wonderful, wonderful Chantel. The code word today is Irels. Have we done that one before? Chantel, if we do the same code word twice, you'll just be twice as awake. So honestly, it's fine. Go. Cool. So let's rest for 8 hours. We're not going to rest for 8 hours. Maybe take a short rest, though. I think I can get back 1 spell slot, which would be nice.
Yeah. If we do the short rest in the conservatory, would that count as doing it in nature?
I'd say yeah.
Okay. Because then I can get 1 spell slot, too.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, so yeah, you guys rest. And Corbin, now that you're kind of among these plants, you can tell they're all used for poison making. Every single one of these is something that could be used for a poison. So you guys, you finish your rest. You feel rested. You guys
meditated on my spell book.
Nice.
What did Maeri do?
She is wringing her hands a lot, and she isn't saying anything to you guys.
Leica's gonna go up to her and just say, "That must have been pretty hard to hear."
She nods.
You okay?
She shrugs.
Anything you want to share?
Let's just try not to die. The only way out is through.
Let's go.
All right, you guys head down that stairway. This one is it's not as long. It doesn't take you the 15 minutes. It's maybe 5-minute stairway. Still, an overly long and overly dramatic stairway, as apparently Torva is wont to. The stairway ends at a room that is very low light. In front of you, there is a crystal case with the head of a woman with snow-white skin and hair. There's a plaque underneath it that reads, Pavia. There is a single doorway behind this case, and beyond that doorway there is the same inky blackness that you saw at the entrance to the Tower of Wavell.
This is just like a stairway landing with like a fucking head in it.
Yeah.
And that's it?
I don't know if you guys have gotten this yet, but Torva is so fucking extra.
Yeah, he's very... I'm getting that sense.
What do you do? Do you go through?
Let's tie something to a rope and then throw it through and then pull the rope back. And if it's like burned off and acidic and gone, then we know we're gonna die.
Okay.
All right, you do that. It comes back. It looks totally fine.
That's fine.
Okay.
Let's go.
Do you just poke your heads through or just go? Charge on in.
Poke.
You poke. The next room is enormous, impossibly enormous. So big that it could not fit underneath this mountain. It goes on forever. You look up and there's no ceiling. It's just blackness above you. Out of your line of sight, it's just darkness. And what you can see is stuff. Just rows upon rows of low platforms with treasures on them. Each display has something amazing on it. There are mannequins with intricate armor. There are pedestals that have scrolls on them or books. And each of these is sitting on top of a small platform. And on that platform there is engraved a 4-digit number with a 3-letter suffix.
Hey, we're in the vault. That was so easy to get into.
There are paintings which hang in midair and tapestries that are suspended from nothing. And it just seems to go on forever. What you're seeing here is all of the treasure that Torva has accumulated since the beginning of time.
Okay. I'm gonna look in Artie's guidebook, but for face changer this time.
Alright, so you open up the book, and it is actually the last entry. This is not in alphabetical order, you see? It's confusing.
It's enraging.
It's enraging for Fran, who is, Miss Library.
Yeah.
But it seems more like it's a ledger than it is anything else. So it is the last entry. It is the most recent thing that has been put into this vault. And the number next to it is 5122 FAC.
Where are we now?
You are in front of 1213.
All right, we're gonna go find the face changer then.
All right. So with this guidebook, it doesn't take you very long to find this thing. Fran, as you're looking at these numbers, it's infuriating at first because it seems like there's no logical order to how these things are arranged. The numbers match up, the numbers go in order, but the items don't seem to relate to each other at all. There's a cloak right next to a scroll, right next to a tome, right next to a tapestry. And it just goes on and on like that.
Do we pass any cool-looking greatswords?
Yeah, you do.
Anything that's better than my greatsword?
Would you like to investigate a greatsword that you pass?
I think we should not touch anything.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is a cave of wonders.
Yeah, let's leave it.
But by following this numerical system, you're able to find the face changer pretty quickly. And it is no less terrifying now that it's empty. The creature, you see it well before you get to it. It is suspended from chains that just disappear into the ceiling above its platform, labeled 5122 FAC. It is like tar in the shape of a human. It screams soundlessly, the shape of its mouth endlessly changing as it writhes in its change. The tar-like body has been painted with golden patterns, which you recognize instantly. You saw them on Falen. You saw them on the goddess. This thing is bound. Somehow.
I'm just gonna ask Maeri, those markings, they were on you, too, when we were in Estra. Did Cecilia and Cordelia put them on you?
She nods.
Well, that figures.
But she doesn't have them anymore.
No, they washed off in the ocean.
Was there anything you couldn't do when you had them, or anything you could do?
She takes a minute to think about this, and then signs, I didn't have those dreams. My powers didn't rush out of control like they do now. People couldn't understand me.
So you said they washed off in the ocean, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were just painted on her. They weren't tattooed.
These are tattooed?
No, these are painted.
So maybe you can shape water to wash them off?
Yeah, I definitely think we should try that, but I'm also afraid that the water will set off a trap that will kill us.
I have another spell that can help us figure out if it is Cave of Wonders, what it might do to us.
What spell?
Find traps.
Oh.
Okay, so you sense the presence of any trap within range that is within line of sight. A trap, for the purpose of this spell, includes anything that would inflict a sudden or unexpected effect you consider harmful or undesirable, which would specifically be intended as such by its creator. This spell merely reveals that the trap is present. You don't learn the location of the trap, but you do learn the general nature and the danger posed by the trap you sense.
Okay. So, yeah, if you do you want to cast that?
Okay, I cast it.
Casting that, you can see that every single platform is trapped. It seems to be a pressure plate, and the general danger is you can tell that whatever happens when these pressure plates are disturbed, something will happen to the floor. I should mention, though, that this thing it's suspended above its platform.
We can get it free, then.
We can get it for free.
You have that floating disc, too.
Yes, I do.
What would the floating disc be used for?
It could go above the plate.
Kat, there's no trap on the chains?
No.
Yeah. How high is she?
Not very far. She's maybe 2 feet off of the platform.
Okay, I'm gonna make an intelligence check about the bindings.
I got over 20.
All right. Fran, looking at these markings and knowing what you know about magic and spells and runes, now that you kind of know what you're looking at, you can tell that these bindings are for keeping something out.
Oh, so for keeping Vioni from going in.
Okay.
Maybe Vioni will be able to repossess it if we wash off.
Immediately, you think?
It's worth a shot if we're trying to have it not be crazy. And also, she said in the same vault, there's the cloak.
Yeah,
so potentially, if we can get Vioni to repossess this body, she'll be able to get the cloak for us.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. I'm going to look at how big the disc is.
Yeah. Compared to the size of the platform to make sure water doesn't fall on it.
Platforms are about 5 by 5.
I just realized that's why you're using the disc. I could not figure it out. This fucking disc.
Oh my god.
So I'm going to cast my damn disc. And
so it's basically just a disc that is 3 feet in diameter, and it will maybe mitigate the damage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the platform is 5 by 5, so this doesn't cover the entire platform.
It covers a lot of it.
Yeah, it covers a big chunk of it. So.
And then I am gonna cast Create or Destroy Water.
All right, do you create or do you destroy that water?
I create just enough that I think will wash away the markings.
Okay. So water cascades over the face changer's head. and it writhes and it screams soundlessly as this paint is washed from it. And then the face settles and it changes, and it's no longer this tar black inkiness. It is a person. It is a completely unremarkable person that forms out of this creature.
What's its race?
You can't really tell. It's probably maybe human, maybe elf, possibly half-elf. You can't really tell. They could be male or female. Their hair is an unremarkable shade of brown. Their skin is about medium tone. And they look down at you. Thank you. Vioni looks up at the chains around her wrists and then slides out of them. Her hands just morph into smaller hands and then back into normal hands, and she slips down from the perch and lands on the disc. Thank you. She steps off of the disc and approaches Corbin, and she gives you a hug.
Oh. Corbin hugs her back, but it's like that really awkward hug that Draco gives back to Voldemort.
Right. Cool. We should not spend long here. I do not know where Torva is, and I do not know how long he will be gone. I have been following you closely. Oh, I am sorry that you had to do this.
Did you like our hair?
Yes, your hair is lovely.
Did you like our plan?
Your plan worked in the end.
Where's the cloak?
You have the guide from the artificer.
Yeah, I hand it over.
She pages through it, and it finds the entry that she's looking for. 2, 1. She starts off in the opposite direction, the way that you had come from.
The disc follows us, by the way.
Oh, nice. And she brings you to a cloak. It is a rough spun brown cloak that sits on a mannequin with a beautiful silken gold lining. She stops in front of it. This is the part that will be trickier.
I have a cloak.
Maeri has a cloak.
Maeri nods and she takes off her cloak. You will have to make the exchange quickly.
Indiana Jones
style.
Right, so we should have one person take it off and one person put it on.
Yeah. Who wants to do it?
Vioni, part of why we came to get you was that you said you would be able to get this for us.
You make a good point. But I cannot guarantee that I will do this correctly. And I have seen what happens when this trap is set.
What happens?
What does happen?
You will not be able to escape. The floor will turn to liquid and suck you in.
What kind of liquid?
Stone liquid.
The floor, truly, is lava.
So, let's all get on the disc, tie a rope to somebody, and then person will make the exchange.
I can turn into a bird, too. So I don't have to be on the disc.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Corbin, I think you should do it for that reason, and we'll all stand on the disc.
Okay.
All right. Corbin, I hate to ask this of you again. Please, take the shape of Moonin. Take Maeri's cloak. Hold it above the mannequin.
Okay, I go into my natural crow form, and I'm gonna, grasp Maeri's cloak in my little claws, as close to each shoulder as I can, so I can just, immediately drop it back on.
Okay. So Vioni positions herself to grab the cloak. When I take it, drop her cloak. And I'm just gonna have both of them make dex checks.
Uh-oh.
God damn it. Corbin. What's up, Corbin?
That's a solid 4.
No. Vioni whisks the cloak away quickly. But Corbin, when you look down, that cloak, it's already gone. And you still have Maeri's cloak in your talons. And by the time you drop it, the floor has begun to sink. Vioni climbs up onto the disc quickly. And you see under you that the floor has turned to, it still looks like stone, but you can see it rippling and moving.
Okay, let's get on the pedestal then.
All right, so what do you guys want to do?
So let's put the cloak on Maeri.
Yeah.
First things first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, Maeri puts the cloak on, and it instantly shrinks, and it fits her perfectly. If we can make it to the entrance, I can get us out of here.
Okay. How far is it between pedestals?
Yeah, it's a little further than it is comfortable to leap, but it is leapable.
I have a question about your disc, Noelle.
Yes.
Does it, carry weight? Could I pull it? Would it, carry the, would it be weight?
You
with
cannot
the weight
pull
of you
it.
guys?
It will follow me.
Oh, okay.
So can you carry Noelle as a bird?
Oh,
I'm going to
what
answer
if
that
you
for you.
shrunk yourself?
I think so.
And then Corbin carried her as a bird.
Well,
That
Noelle.
is a good ass point.
Wait.
That's actually, I would make that suggestion as a joke.
That's a good ass point.
Can we do that?
No, that's a legit thing.
Yeah.
Do it.
Can you do that? Can you shrink yourself?
I'm pretty sure I can. Everyone grasp me.
You guys want to do that then?
I mean, yeah, because then they can just get on the disc and we can zoom on out of here.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
It's also too good to not
Let's
do.
tie Fran to Corbin.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
in
that's a
case,
good idea.
Make a little bird saddle you can ride on my back.
Yes.
Oh my fucking
I think,
god.
yeah, Maeri makes a little sling out of some bandages for you to ride in while Corbin carries you.
Yep.
And you guys just cruise on out of there.
This is the stupidest escape of all time.
Did I just tell you? I love that before this, Falen was like, "You will die down there. No one ever comes back." And then it's just this scene of us with a bird flying a tiny Freya.
Phelan's an idiot, I say as Corbin flies me towards the exit.
All right, you guys make it out without any real problems. I mean, as long as you're not touching the floor, you're fine.
We're not.
That floor's lava.
Oh my god,
That floor is serious plans, and we're not going to touch it.
Yeah.
All right, you guys make it back to the entrance. And as soon as you are out of that door, Vioni grabs all four of you. At first you think it's just another one of her awkward hugs.
Oh no, I'm scared.
But then you feel that vertigo again. The same sort of thing you felt in Wavel's tower. And you're outside.
Kaboom!
Oh, shit.
We didn't die in Torva's job. We escaped with our
Bodies.
and
Lives.
minds.
I think this calls for a group hug of celebration.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you guys have a group hug, a celebration.
I don't want Vioni in the group.
I want her in the hug.
Yeah, I want Vioni in the hug.
I stay on the opposite side as Vioni.
Vioni, now it's her turn to seem a little bit awkward about this hug. But she steps back and looks around. You guys, you're on the pilgrim's path again. It's early morning now, because you guys went in the night. And it's early morning at this point. At first, obviously, it's just overwhelming relief. You see the sun again. You feel the breeze on you, and it's cold. I mean, you're still on top of a mountain, but
I kiss the ground.
Yeah. So while you're down there on the ground, Fran, you feel that the ground is shaking. You realize you thought that you were seeing the sunrise when you came out, but it's coming from the north. It's coming from above you. And you look up and you can see the Temple of Eol above you. And it's on fire.
This is just like that time I went to Petco and the scorpion case was empty and I found it underneath one of the things.
What? That's a story we
And
need to
taps.
explore another time.
Whoa.
It was crazy.
Have you heard the good news about Warlock? Or about Cobalt Press? Or about Midgard? Well, if you haven't, get on it. If you go to www.patreon.com/cobaltpress, you will have a chance to support their Warlock campaign. Cobalt Press is using Patreon to make new Midgard campaign setting material for 5th edition D&D on a regular ongoing basis. They release new layers each month, the first of which is called The Clattering Keep by John Sawatsky, who wrote Prepared and Prepared 2. Future installments are by James Hake and other impressive authors. The layers are built on Dyson Layers maps and often feature new magic items and monsters. And for just $1 a month, you can get in on this. If you play D&D and you feel like you want to expand your horizons beyond Faerun, check out Midgard. It's a Norse mythology-based setting in which the Bifrost fell long ago. Midgard is lost in an age of war and dark wilderness and lost empires. And there's so much interesting mythology and different monsters and settings and conflicts to explore. So I really encourage you guys to become supporters of theirs on Patreon. Again, that's patreon.com/cobaltpress, KOBOLD press.